Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this live showdown between the Bretonnians and the Warriors of Chaos. Now, as far as the build goes, we are going to be going with the King. He is pretty much my favorite choice for Bretonnia. I know the Fey Enchanter is probably a little bit more user-friendly. She pretty much always pays for herself, but in the Chaos matchup, I like to have someone that gets in there, goes fisticuffs. You can use Sword of Corone near like Kolek and some of the more heavily armored Chaos characters, and actually focus them down relatively efficiently with the Peasant Bowmen. So that's going to be the strategy, basically throwing the Peasant mobs to the Dark Gods and letting the Knights celebrate the victory. If we can get one, we'll find out. We are facing off against the Great Malverde. So let's go ahead and get our Peasant mobs kind of deployed up here in the front. We have a pretty mixed forces infantry line. We do have some Battle Pilgrims. I do like them because sometimes Chaos does go with Marauders in this matchup. And in my experience, the Battle Pilgrims hold pretty well against Marauders. So too do Foot Squires, but I like to have a little bit of a mix. Get the Foot Squires on the more elite Chaos Warrior troops like Chaos Warrior Halberds, and get the Battle Pilgrims to be battling the Chaff units. That's kind of the idea. So let's go ahead and set this up here. To deal with Hounds, obviously Hounds are going to be a threat to our Archer back line. We do have the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis as well as Knights Errant, so we have a couple choices to potentially defend our back line. So hopefully it'll work out. So with Bretonnia deploying your formation, pretty important for sure. We want to get our Archers back like so. They look like they're good to party. Lewin will be in 2. We'll put our caster back here for now. We have a wild peasant mob that can just kind of be the backfield screen, I guess. Questing Knights in either group. These guys are going to be pretty important. Obviously, want to fight some of the heavier targets with them. We are in the cavalry beta for this one as well. So that is going to be changing the dynamic of the battle a little bit. So we'll get some spears up front and center. And that's looking pretty good. Yeah, we'll just do this for now. I do put them in one big ugly group in the beginning, but I will be changing them over the course of the fight. So that's just kind of for my initial movement. Things like that. You know, everybody has a little bit of a different playstyle. So, ready. So as far as the army size for my opponent, he's got a pretty small army, which makes me wish I brought a trebuchet. We need to look for Hounds right away because my Peasant Archers are going to be the breadwinners, being able to drag down a number of big targets like Dragon Ogres. Chaos Knights aren't too much of an issue. With the Questing Knights plus the Lewin, we should be able to fight them, but you know, like with a good Plague of Rust, for example, a Questing Knight goes down to 20 armor, and then Chaos Knight Lances will absolutely destroy them. So, you know, there's some nice plays that Chaos can do, but we're just doing a very, very standard deployment. Looks like it's going to be a Hell Cannon, so let's go ahead and advance up, get you going. And, yeah, man. Ooh, the Hell Cannon play. I love it. Very, very cool. We don't really have any magic to stop it. We do have Regrowth and Earthblood here, kind of the classics. Aside from that, we got Marauder Horsemen, we got Chaos Warrior Halberds, Marauder Halberds. Marauders can't carry Halberds, and we got some Dragon Ogres with Archaon the Everchosen there in the back. Okay, very cool. So we'll keep you back for now. I don't see any Hounds here, so let's go ahead and just put you guys in group 5, and we can just pull them back. He's probably just going to bombard my Archers, I would imagine. The Marauder Horsemen are a little bit of a problem. They can certainly do some work. Is he going to go after Lewin? Oh, he was going after Lewin. I tried to pop Lion Shield to mitigate that damage, but it missed anyways, so it was a little bit of a unnecessary reaction. Now, my Peasant Bowmen should be able to screen these out. I need to get Foot Squires on top of the Chaos Warrior Halberds, try and get some pressure around the backside as well. There's a couple weak points in the formation, like the Chaos Marauders here are certainly some juicy targets that we can perhaps hit. We'll have our, yeah, like those Marauders are really where we want to go. I think we'll do like a big overload right here and see what kind of damage we can get. So Peasant mobs, we can honestly, yeah, going after the Archers is a good choice for sure. So let's get you in 6 and you in 6-7 here. We're gonna have the Peasants just kind of fan out and go after the other threats. Lewin in the meantime is gonna come like back and then attack through the formation. Let's pull you guys back. Get Archers going here and going here. And Archers can go over here and over here for now, because I think our troops should be well enough able to handle this. So we're going to go ahead and like pretend like we're flying back here. Get some Peasants and Peasants. Get the Foot Squires going right up the middle against the Halberds is definitely what we want. And it seems okay so far. Yeah, Questing Knights still moving up. Archers fanning out. Okay, let's pull our Archers back in center and get ready to go. So you guys need to pile in there ASAP. Lewin's just kind of flying overhead, feigning a threat, and get those Foot Squires around the side. Very good. All right, so Questing Knights are here. A little bit of anarchy going on. Peasant mobs doing their thing. Let's get the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis like hammering up into this position. And now we can get all our Peasant Archers to concave in and just go after the Summoners of Rage, because we're going to try and like force a fight right here. I think that's going to be the jam. Pull you back, get the Peasant mobs back, and Questing Knights just kind of wait for an opening to get in here. We can pull the Spears back to defend those guys. So Lewin's gotten in there. He's done some work. Now we have the Knights pushing in as well, and Foot Squires can go after these guys. Lewin needs to pull back here. Let's pull back the Knights for a second. Just let some of the arrows saturate into those units. And good. All right. Excellent. So let's go ahead and attack these guys. Get the Battle Pilgrims moving up. They've done their work. Now the Knights Errant can pile in. We should be able to karate chop them. And let's get those Peasants kind of screaming around the backfield. In the meantime, how are you guys doing? Chasing down those Marauder Horsemen? Yes, those Peasants are certainly working for their biscuits. I don't even really know how they're fed, but that's fine. Let's keep moving the Pilgrims up. Foot Squires will have pretty favorable trades in a couple different areas here. Now we can start shooting into the Soul of Damnation, see if we can get that down. All right, so we've managed to push through pretty well. Let's go ahead and pull back so we don't get caught in that big burning head right there. Lewin's going to come in here and hopefully help out there. And now we can get our Knights Errant, push in. Questing Knights are being very, very conservative. Honestly, we can get some to kind of harass them there. Pull the Peasant Mobs to kind of screen a little bit. And yeah, we've gotten a good little collapse there. Lewin is going to do his thing. Let's go ahead and pop stand your ground. Hopefully break those guys back. And now we can pull the Cavalry back this way while the Foot Squires kind of stay in combat. The Archers might be able to get the Soul of Damnation. It's a little bit hard to tell. Let's go ahead and drop a big old heal over here if we can. That should be pretty nice. We have gotten through the Halberd position, so now we can move on up. Battle Pilgrims here. Questing Knights can go ahead and help. We can have him go after Archie, and it should be fine. Yeah, I feel like this battle is going pretty well. Horsemen here. Marauder Horsemen not doing a whole lot, and let's just have Peasant Mobs kind of chase things down. Bounce Fire is pretty even, though, so we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Going for Archeon this early might be a mistake, so let's not do that. And the Marauder Horsemen still are not going after those. Let's get the Cavalry to kind of pile in here. Battle Pilgrims to pile in. Soul of Damnation should be about done. Let's get the Peasant Mobs to kind of run over there and help out if we can. 2 Archers online. Oh, it looks like we have some more Archers coming back, so let's go ahead and re-rally those guys. The Knights did get a nice little collapse there, and the Soul of Damnation has officially fallen, which is good. Oh, a little bit blobbed up here. I'm going to get punished pretty bad, so we might want to... it's only going to really hurt the Battle Pilgrims. The Knights are somewhat heavily armored, so it's not going to be the end of the world. Foot Squires keep going. Let's get Lewin to go help kind of crack their backs there. And looking okay. What are these? Questing Knights in the back? Yeah, Questing Knights just take safer engagements across the battlefield. Here, let's pull these Questing Knights back and get the Peasant Mobs moving up. We have regrowths, so let's go ahead and pop it on these guys, kind of top them off a little bit. These Halberds should be breaking soon. And if he wants to charge in there with all those horsemen, he's gonna... I think he still thinks that his Soul of Damnation isn't broken, but it actually got completely destroyed. We were able to kill it there, which is nice. Okay, Archers, let's get you guys back on top of the Dragon Ogres. That's going to be a pretty primo target for us. Archeon, we can go ahead and cycle charge a little bit with Homeboy. And in the backfield, looking like we got a pretty dominant little fight going on. Yeah, let's get the Archers moving back in. Do we have anything we can move over there to protect these Archers? We do. All right, so let's get everyone re-rallied in there and get the crew all fighting. So Lewin's in the fight. Let's pop Sword of Crone. Lion Shield will help us against magic damage. Archeon does, of course, do magic damage. So it's a very, very powerful buff in terms of dueling Archeon. Pulling these Knights back, obviously in a pretty bad situation, so we can have him go help with those Halberds there. And Archeon should lose this duel to the King, baby. Hail to the King. Pull some Cavalry back in. Keep retreating. We can just saturate infantry there. So get those guys back. Pop an Earthblood right here on that big blob. And yeah, Archeon's just getting absolutely handled there. All right, Spears move up. Cavalry, you guys can come here and then jump into the back of them. We can get you going there and looking good. Yeah, as long as your boy Lewin is able to get this. We do have access to healing as well, so we will have healing soon. It looks like Archie is down for the count. Dragon Ogres are moving in, so let's get all of our Archers and start concave firing on them. Send in some Peasant Mobs, pull you back, and just scream in from all directions. Knights standing a little bit idle in the backfield, of course. Can't do everything at once. I'm trying. Just swarming the Halberds now, honestly. This is like his last bastion of troops. Lewin needs to just get back up in the sky and go finish off Archie, which will pull in some knightly support. And looks great, man. Looks great. We got Earthbloods. We got Regrowths. Could use it on Lewin. He does heal himself, but I'm just going to do it just to try and really punish the army losses. And yeah, let's just get in there. Those are just Chaos Marauders. No problem. The Dragon Ogres really aren't taking much damage from our Archers. I'm quite surprised by that, actually. All right, let's get those guys in. Pull these guys back to make sure those Marauders right there can't catch them. Archeon should be in some trouble. Maybe we just bounce after the Summoners of Rage here. Yeah, let's just go after them. Archeon, probably not going to be too much of a threat. Maybe I can get my Damsel to go up there. Let's get some shielded Battle Pilgrims to try and screen out his Horsemen. That could potentially threaten me here. Peasant Mobs need to get in there and help a little bit. Let's get you guys shooting. And how is the King doing? He's got Bowseeker, which is cool. We should have an Earthblood soon-ish. The Foot Squires and Knights Errant seem to be doing okay. Let's bounce out, go after them. They don't want to be in sustained combat versus Halberds. And the little Pilgrims there seem to be doing the work of the lady. All right, so I think we got this game in the bag. It's looking pretty good for us here. Doesn't have a whole lot left. And the only units he really has in terms of stopping power are the Summoners of Rage. So let's just kind of keep fighting about them. Man, they did a really good job holding there against, like, you know, massive advantage in terms of force. All right, so we're going to scoot our Archers up now, move them onto these units, get the Battle Pilgrims going there. Lewin can jump. That is Foot Chaon. Okay, interesting. Foot Archeon. Yep, GG, well played. So I like the build. I liked the mixing in of the Battle Pilgrims. I felt like they were a nice little niche that gave us sustainability. Not good value, but they lasted quite some time. Foot Squires, 780, 614. I mean, I guess the argument could be made to just... Because my concern was he was going to have a shit ton of Marauders with great weapons, and then my Foot Squires would be outvalued. But I don't know. Chaos Halberds are very common in that matchup. So too is Hell Cannon. So maybe just going with more Foot Squires was better. Knights did okay. Questing Knights got good value. Yeah, 900 on one. Lewin obviously fought well and didn't take much damage. But overall, it was a pretty steady effort. Man, look at that one Peasant Archer. These are the ones that killed the Soul of Damnation, I think. I think that's why their value was so damn high. And yeah, this is definitely, you know, a type of style that you see against Bretonnia, right? Like Halberd boxes with Soul of Damnation and just trying to kill them with the Hell Cannon. But losing the Hell Cannon that early it needed a little bit more buffering. My peasant archers were able to reach it, and that was pretty much game blouses. So anyways, well played to my opponent, Malverde. We'll see you guys next time, and that is it for now.